I've got a very important video for you today. We're going to be discussing Bitcoin and some of my favorite altcoins. I'm going to be providing you with an update as we enter this week. We've just had the weekly close for Bitcoin and we managed to survive. If we go and take a look at the weekly, you can see that we actually closed slightly above, just slightly, ever so slightly above the bull market support band, which we used perfectly as our support. I told you guys on my last live stream that if we lost the bull market support band on a weekly close, you could expect the Gaussian channel on the weekly, which is currently sat around 99K. Fortunately, we did not lose the bull market support band. And in fact, we actually had a great close. We pumped. The market makers allowed us to close above it for the week, thus kind of validating the fact that we are still in a bull market and we can expect higher prices on BTC. Now, I've got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about some of the economic data that we're going to be getting this week. We've got non-farm unemployment change. I'm going to be discussing some altcoin charts, which look absolutely primed to be sending it in the upcoming weeks. So if all of that sounds interesting, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I just dropped a brand new buy alert in my VIP group. This one looks absolutely primed to have a huge run to the upside. So check that buy alert out if you want to potentially make some huge gains. So as I said, Bitcoin managed to survive on the weekly close, and we are now currently trading slightly above the bull market support band. But we're not necessarily fully out of the woods just yet, until we do two things. The first thing we need to do is get above this downward sloping resistance line, which if we were to do, in the next few days, we'd need to break above around 115.4K. That's the first point of attention for me. The second point that I'm putting a lot of emphasis on is this massive trend line on BTC, which stems all the way back to 2017. This white trend line you can see at the very top of my screen stems all the way back from 2017. It marked the top then, it marked the two tops in 2021, and it marked the two tops from the Trump rally. The first one kind of in December when we got those rate cuts, and then the second one January 20th when the inauguration happened. This has been critical resistance for Bitcoin. We did break above it, though it was only short-lived. Now we're trying to retest it, in the upcoming few days and weeks. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Bitcoin reacts to those very critical levels, firstly being the resistance zone of the current trading zone that we're in, and the second being that resistance level, which you can see in the short term, we actually rejected on a couple of times here. So I remain macro bullish on Bitcoin as long as we don't lose the bull market support band. If we lose the bull market support band, then I turn kind of macro neutral, okay, not bearish, but macro neutral. And then if we lose the Gaussian channel on the weekly, I then flip macro bearish. Okay, so that is the current context of where I stand with Bitcoin. Now, when it comes to this crypto market currently, we have nothing big happening today. Tomorrow we have the JOLTS job openings, and then on October 1st, which is Wednesday, we have the ADP non-farm unemployment change. We have the ISM manufacturing data. Thursday, we have unemployment claims. And then Friday, we have the big one, non-farm unemployment change and the official unemployment rate. This is going to be very big for the markets. And I think we're going to see the next move as a result of this data potentially. Because obviously, we are expecting rate cuts in October, but it's not 100% confirmed. What would probably 100% confirm it would be this upcoming job data that we're going to be getting this week. Now, when it comes to the broader markets, you can see the Russell 2000 is just below its all-time highs. We have kind of like a triple top here. I'm really, really hoping that it can gain enough momentum to break out and then enter price discovery mode here. If it does that, then we are looking for a major risk on asset boom, probably targeting just below $3,000 on the Russell 2000 as the next level. And that would also bring up Total 3, as Total 3 and the Russell look more or less identical here, with all of their three highs basically all being in the exact same period. The first being November 21, the second being December 24, and the third being September 25. Literally all of the tops for both of these charts are the exact same. So it's evident that risk-on assets, both in crypto and the stock market, are very much tied to monetary policy, and they very much move in tandem. Now, as I mentioned, I just dropped a brand new buy signal in the VIP group. This is one you can go in with a little bit of weight. I'm not saying go as heavy as something like Sui or Say, but you can certainly get a good solid bag of this new gem. Where would it be in terms of my conviction plays? It would probably be somewhere around the kind of virtuals Avantis mark, somewhere in that region. I really do think this buy alert could print big for the VIP members. Now, in terms of altcoins, I'm very bullish on Say and its ecosystem. Okay, now it hasn't got the biggest ecosystem right now, but there is one project or one meme in particular which I think could do very, very well, and that is Millie on Say. It's got a tiny market cap, but this is the ultimate beta play on the Say ecosystem. Literally just a market cap of 4 million. I'm betting pretty big on this one, and you can see it had a bit of a breakout, but it's still so cheap. I mean, you're buying this thing way below where it could potentially go in this risk-on bull run. Another one which I've been purchasing has been Zora. It's literally still sat in that golden pocket perfectly. This is a great period to be stacking your bags on Zora if you're bullish on the project. Obviously, if it dips below the golden pocket, maybe on a candle close, then you can revise your position and maybe try and buy back in if it does go lower. But as of right now, it seems like this golden pocket could potentially hold as support if we get some momentum now to the upside and we get a bounce. One of the perks of the VIP membership is that you get detailed reports on any of the coins I buy. So I won't just give you a buy alert, I'll also give you the buy alert plus a detailed multi-page document explaining the reasoning around why I bought the project and what the project actually does. So despite many people calling for a $3,000 Ethereum this month and a huge dump for Ethereum, it really hasn't been that bad when you consider everything. I mean, it literally went from 1,300 up to 5,000, and then it retraced from 5,000 down to 4,000. Is that really something so terrible? I mean, to me, that's a very healthy correction. And I said that if Ethereum rejects from its all-time highs, then you can expect a move down to 4K, and we would probably get a bounce around that zone. That is exactly what we're doing right now. Ethereum's at 4,100. So it seems to me like this level could very much hold as support. So we've got a big week, lots of things coming up this week. I think we're going to be getting a big move in the markets. I really do. I'm expecting a V-shaped recovery personally. Only time will tell. But when you look at this chart for Bitcoin, when you look at the fact that we bounced on the bull market support band, it seems to me like we're going to be getting pretty much a V-shaped recovery here. The question is, are we going to break above both this downward sloping resistance and this upwards sloping resistance that stems all the way back since 2017? This is the big question. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? Smash the likes. Check out the VIP membership. You can save money by using the code AVNT at checkout. That's the coin that did a 10x in 10 days for my VIP members. And you can save even more money if you pay for longer durations, such as the yearly or for lifetime. All the information is linked down below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.